D, this morning we got a special guest, and I hope you got your political hat on. It might be, is it red? I don't know. We might discuss that a little later. But my man Jake Tapper from CNN, he's also a #1 New York Times best-selling author. Good morning, Jake. How you feeling?
I feel great, and I'm saying hi to all my friends in Kansas City, where my wife is from and where I got married.
Okay.
Do you know what high school she went to?
Yeah.
She went to St. Joe High, so outside Kansas City.
Got you. Okay.
Excellent. Okay, so Jake, we got to put you through the barbecue. We got to put you through the barbecue rigor real quick. What's your favorite one? Which one stands out to you?
Slaps? Is that
Oh,
Really?
That's a good one.
And KCK.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you had Jack Stack?
Yes, of course. It's amazing.
Ah.
I'm a favorite. They're all unbelievable.
Okay.
Smart man.
Very smart. Well, he is smart, and definitely he showcases his brain in the new book, Race Against Terror. Now, I understand that this is a book about covering someone from Al Qaeda who was essentially killing U.S. soldiers. Can you tell us the difference between the approach to terrorism between Bush, Obama, and now Trump? What are the differences in those mythologies?
Well, obviously, Bush instituted a bunch of methods that people criticized later when it came to Guantanamo and trying people as combatants and on and on. This book is about the Obama era, where Obama decided that he wanted to try terrorists in U.S. criminal court. And this guy in my book, Spin Ghoul, is the only foreign terrorist ever tried in a U.S. criminal court for killing service members in a war zone. And it tells the story of how he gets picked up by the Italians during the Arab Spring. The Americans come over, hear him confess, and the Italians say, great, take him, we don't want him. And there is a race to prove the case against Spin Ghoul, the terrorist. Because Obama is not sending any new people to Guantanamo, so they have to prove a case. So it's all about the detective work. It's all about the sleuthing, finding a fingerprint, finding witness testimony, and it's all the stuff that I love from TV shows like CSI or Cold Case, the detective work, and that's what the book is mainly about.
Now, I have to ask you, Jake, as a journalist and an anchor, a little bit outside of the book, but from your experience in those fields, especially being on CNN, do you fear losing a voice in media to speak for those who can't speak for themselves? I ask this just because of the time period we live in, and some of the things, even as latest of Jimmy Kimmel happening, and then Rosie O'Donnell speaking on some things, and there being some backlash there. But as a media personality, how do you feel about the future of our country when it comes to freedom of speech?
I'm concerned about it. I mean, I'm afraid about the control of the media by a handful of billionaires and the effort to silence voices using the instruments of government, as happened with Jimmy Kimmel. I'm less concerned about people like Jimmy Kimmel losing their voice and more concerned about news media not being able to cover the voices of the truly voiceless, the poor people, people suffering from opioid addiction, people suffering from various forms of poverty or failing schools, all the things that news media is supposed to be covering to benefit the public, to shine a light on things that need to be improved. And I worry that the further consolidation of media outlets under oligarchs will crowd out those voices, will silence those voices, and then it will not be the kind of news media that we need to deserve. But instead, the news media focused on dividing us, focused on praising people in power instead of holding them to account. I am very worried about all of that.
With you talked about consolidation. Well, Trump is trying to consolidate the government. It seems like he only wants a few people working in the government. But with that being said, it seems like the world is much more dangerous and much more frightful. How has Trump's effect on politics the past couple of years? How would this have a ripple effect for the future of politics in America?
It's tough to know what the long-term effect of Trump and Trumpism will be. So much of skills as a politician only apply to him. Like when the midterm election and he's not on the ballot, it's very difficult for him to transfer his popularity among his base to others. I don't know if others will be able to follow his example in terms of his use of hard power abroad, his use of bullying, as critics will have it, etc. It's tough to know what the long-term impact will be. I do worry about how nasty personal politics has gotten from in the last 10 years. I hope it's not long-lasting, but maybe it will be. I don't know.
Going back to your book, Race Against Terror, Chasing an Al-Qaeda Killer at the Dawn of the Forever War. Jake, what are some of the things that you discovered in writing this book that you didn't even know going into trying to investigate an international crime?
I did not know how incredibly interesting the detective work done by prosecutors and the FBI could be. And also how hardworking they are. It is really remarkable the degree to which the travel they made around the world, how hard they worked to track down evidence to put this one guy away, to make us safer. Because if Fingal had been allowed to go to a refugee camp as the Italians would have had, and he escaped, he would have killed as many Americans as possible. So that detective work, which was so interesting to learn about and to
Wow.
read about, I had no idea that it was so cool and that they worked so hard to do that kind of thing for a lot of terrorist stuff.
How will he be able to pull that off? As like how do you even confess that I want to kill as many Americans as possible? Was he sane? Was there anything wrong with him?
So it's quite possible there was something wrong with him because he was a zealot and a terrorist. So just to begin with, but also he had just gotten out of a Libyan prison where he'd been held for 5 years or so and tortured. Beyond that, though, I think he was just very proud of his work as a terrorist. He thought of what he did the same way that Mahomes thinks of his work as a quarterback. This is what he does. He's really good at it, and he's happy to talk about it. And I'm not comparing Mahomes to a terrorist.
Right.
Understood.
This is how terrorists think.
I don't know. The Raiders might think he's a terrorist, and everybody else in the NFL. It's all good though. A part legal thriller, part war reportage. Race Against Terror. It's an extraordinary book, and thank you for mailing me my book. I'm definitely going to tap in. I'm probably going to buy the audio book and listen to it that way. But. Oh yeah. I'm definitely going to buy that then. So it's available everywhere where books are sold. Race Against Terror by Jake Tappers, #1 New York Times bestselling author. Thank you so much for joining us on Hustle and Shine in the Morning. You have been a real treat. Have a good one and be a blessing. Oh, and when you come back to Kansas City, Hustle and Shine, we're taking you on a barbecue tour.
Absolutely.
That sounds amazing. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
you.
Have a good one.